Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTube. Today, we're talking about manifesting with divine feminine energy and how to let men and money move mountains for you. Welcome in, everyone. Make sure everyone's here. This is a member-only chat. If you'd like to become a member, you can click the join button on my main channel or under any of my videos. If you don't see the join button, you can go down and there's a link in the description box and click on that. If you're not logged into Google account, I believe you can't join. So sometimes when you guys say you can't see the join button, you may not be logged into your account. So how do we manifest with divine feminine energy? As you guys know, I've been using manifestation, the law of attraction tools for about 16 years now. And I believe that the biggest key to my success has been actually doing the inner work that goes with attracting all my desires. When we just learn manifestation techniques and we try to do them, but the belief is not there, the core beliefs are not there. In fact, we may have anti-core beliefs, like beliefs that actually counter what we're trying to manifest. There's no way that it can come to you because your vibration will never be aligned to the thing you desire. So from your mouth, on your vision board, and in your journal, you might be saying, I'm calling in the man. But if you believe that there's no good men out there, or you're not worthy of them, or you're a single mom, or you have two heads, or whatever your beliefs are, then there's no way that it can come to you, right? Like those are the type of people sitting around saying manifestation doesn't work. It works, and it is working for you. It's working with the beliefs that you currently have, which means to have new manifestations, or different manifestations, you have to change your beliefs. That is the core number one foundation principle that I have learned and embodied. And the good news is that once you learn to do this in one area of your life, you can use the same technique, same inner work in all other areas of your life. So you don't have to worry about, well, I can manifest money, but I can't manifest love, right? Or I can manifest love, but I'm broke all the time. You can use the same principles in all areas of your life once you have done that inner work. Inner work is a process and it's a journey. Every time I want to go to a new level and I want to experience more depth of embodiment, more love, more joy, more anything, just simply means I need to go back and remove another layer. It becomes easier and easier, of course, the more that you do it. I love motivational videos, and I know there's a tendency to watch those, but if nothing's happening, right? Let me give you an example. My son, who is now almost 17, when he was about 14, he said to me, "Mom, I feel really good when I'm talking to you or I'm watching motivational videos, but then when I'm not talking to you or not watching motivational videos, then I go back to not having negative thoughts and things like that." And I said, yeah, because in that moment, you're like borrowing someone else's vibration. You're borrowing someone else's alignment. You're infected by their field, but like your vibration hasn't changed because nothing inside of you has moved. And so that's where he really started his deeper inner work, because he's like, I want to be able to maintain this state even when I'm not watching motivational content, right? Or not hanging out with really high vibration people. Like, I want to be high vibration. So he did his inner work for about 18 months. And of course, he's only 16 and a half. So this is a lifelong journey. But in those 18 months, everything shifted for him. Now he's the one that other people want to hang out with and be in the vibration of, because his dominant natural state is high vibe, because he's not running those other programs anymore, right? So that's how it works. I know a lot of times there's this tendency to, what do I have in my hair? There's this tendency to watch motivational content and feel good, but then what are you doing the other 23 hours? Like, have you actually moved anything inside of you? Okay. So the first principle I would say of divine feminine energy manifesting is move, right? Move something. And we associate movement with taking action, but sometimes for you, it may be inaction, meaning sitting and moving emotions, sitting and moving the limiting beliefs that are stuck in your body, right? So move something. When you're not moving your energy or your body or whatever, you're stuck, you're stagnant. And think of the ocean, think of water, think of any body of water, think of a pond or anything. While it's moving, it's in a state of health. When it's sitting water, stagnant water, breeds disease, bacteria, mosquitoes, it's yucky. So if you are not moving something, then you're in a state of yuck. You're stuck, you're stagnant. And if you're not moving, then you're basically dying, right? Like you're diseasing, you're ill. So move something is principle number one. Moving things in and out and up and away and bringing in new things, that's inner work. That's inner work. Amber said, hi, Mina, sending you gratitude energy. Thank you, Amber. Welcome to the membership, Anita, $1 Million Babes membership. Hi, Nicole, Nora, welcome, everyone. So divine feminine energy work is moving something. What do you need to move around you? What do you need to alchemize? What do you need to transform to start the process? So that's principle number one. Now, sometimes in the masculine world, there's the movement can mean action. But when we're in that wounded state, I love taking action when it's aligned. But when we're in the wounded state, we'll often take action just to spin our wheels, just so we can say, see, I did it and it didn't work. I knew it wouldn't work for me. That's not moving something. That's just spinning our wheels while we're staying stuck, right? So think of a car that's just spinning its wheels but actually not moving. That's not moving something. That's you saying, look, I tried, it doesn't work for me, because you haven't actually moved anything. So from the divine feminine, it's all about alignment. It's all about movement, right? What is the divine feminine? She is nature. She's the ocean. She's the tornadoes, the tsunamis, the earthquakes, the flow of the ocean. She's fluid. There's always movement in the embodiment of the divine feminine. So what are you moving? What are you moving? Sometimes you need to first move things out, stuck emotions, old limiting beliefs, right? We need to move those out so that we can invite in new, better beliefs that are more aligned to where we're trying to go, right? So are you in like the spinning the wheels kind of go, or are you in flow? Are you in divine feminine flow? Welcome, Heather. First principle, move something. Stagnant breeds disease and bacteria. Make space for the new. Beautiful. Yes, because there's no space for your manifestations to come in, then how do you even hold those manifestations, right? How do you even hold those new manifestations? So principle number two is that movement creates more life force energy. It moves more life force energy. It rejuvenates, it replenishes, it renews, it restores, all the R's, life force energy. When we don't have energy to hold and call in and hold our manifestations, they can't come. And even if they do, you won't allow them. I see this in women all the time. They'll get on coaching sessions or group coaching sessions in my programs, and it's like, yeah, I'd like to call in a man, but like all of their energy is saying, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I barely have time to hold on to the things I've already manifested. And so it's like, do you really even have the energy for a man? Or they'll say things like, Mina, I want to call in a man, but I don't have time to date. Well, then you don't have time for a man, because he's going to want to romance you. He's going to want to spend time with you. That requires life force energy. So you are not ready to call in a man. You need to regenerate your energy. That means you need to declutter your energy first, get rid of things, obligations, reprioritize your life so that there is space for you to enjoy love. love isn't something that you're like running in the grocery cart and you're just like throwing things in the cart. Like that's not how love is experienced. That's not the point of love. That's not the point of romance. So if you don't even have the life force energy to call in and enjoy the thing, forget about it for a while and clear something else out. You're not going to be able to hold the energy of it. If you're exhausted right now and you have to pencil in, making love so that you can make a baby, good luck with that, honey, because babies take a lot of life force energy to create, right? Especially if you're a projector. Projectors, oh my goodness, it's a whole different level of the requirements of the sacral that's needed to make a baby, to raise a baby. It's a whole different world. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, Mina. Hey, Heather. I've been feeling icky lately. Thank you. I truly needed this today. Well, I'm so glad you're here, Nicole. Hi, Kristen. Welcome in, everyone. So if you want to learn more about alignment, if you are a projector or anyone that needs to learn how to align their energy better, as far as their human design, I have an intensive happening next week. It's called the Aligned Projector. It is listed in the description box, and the pre-launch price ends this Saturday. So that is listed in the description box for those of you guys that are interested. Okay, let me see. Did I miss a comment? No, I think we're good. Okay, so principle number 3. It is all about the dominant vibration, not what you do in your journal for 2 minutes, not what you do, in your meditation for 15 minutes. What effect does that have on you for the rest of the 23 hours? So just like if we go to the gym for 30 minutes a day and then the rest of the 23 and a half hours, we're sitting on the couch eating potato chips, it's not going to cut it, right? So it's about the dominant. Like, what kind of thoughts do you think most of the time? What are your dominant thoughts? What are your dominant feelings? What are your dominant beliefs? What are your dominant embodiments? So this isn't like one of those things where you like spend 15 minutes on your manifestation and then you go about the rest of the day being nasty or yucky or low vibe and, creating drama and all that other stuff. And then it's like, oh, it's not working. It's not going to work if it's not the most time that you spend, the dominant. So the whole point of journaling or meditation or anything that you do, any of the manifestation techniques, the whole point is to align you for the rest of the day. It's not like, hey, I sat down and spin my wheels for 15 minutes. Hey, God, you got that? I'm all set. That's not what it's about. What it's about is, does that change anything for the rest of the day? Does it change your natural set point, your container, your dominant vibration? That's the part that counts. That's the part that counts. So one negative thought isn't going to derail you if you don't let it. But one positive thought isn't going to bring the thing to you either. It's all about, what do you do most of the time? What is your dominant thought? Principle 3. Thank you so much, Heather, for outlining these for us. Principle 3, it's about the dominant thoughts, feelings, beliefs, embodiments. Setting the tone, yes. Investment in yourself, yes. Absolutely. Pay yourself first is a principle that before I was a millionaire, before I was a multimillionaire, I learned that this was something that wealthy people did. And I noticed that in my upbringing, you paid yourself last if there was something ever left, right? This was in self-care, this was in money. And funny enough, there was never anything left. There were never enough time left. There was definitely never enough money left. And there was never enough energy left for yourself. So I embodied that. I was like, okay, I know they're talking about money and I get it. But what if I applied this to all 3 currencies? The currency of time, the currency of energy, and the currency of money. So I paid myself first in all aspects of my life. And my entire life and energy and wealth blossomed, and my husband's and my children. So it turns out when you actually pay yourself first and you give from your overflow, you are in true state of giving. You're not giving from an empty cup. You're not giving from obligation. You're not walking around resentful that you gave something you didn't have. That's what most women these days do. I see this all the time. They're doing the nice act for their partners or their families or their coworkers or whatever, but they're very resentful, right? Their energy is like, I'm the one that has to do everything. He never gives me anything back. I have to carry the load. That's your dominant vibration. What are you attracting? More of that. More of that. I never, ever, ever give anything out of obligation. I don't give money out of obligation. I don't give energy out of obligation or out of resentment or because I should be a good little girl that behaves. No, thank you. I'm not a good little girl. I'm a full-grown woman, and sometimes I behave and sometimes I misbehave depending on who you ask and time of day and how I'm feeling, right? So I get to have that full experience. I think there's this guilt that we feel as we start manifesting money that now there's a penance to pay. There's like dues that you have to give back. No, says who? Who made up that rule? I'm not going to give anything out of obligation or because I should or because I am obligated to because I have this. No, I attracted it and manifested it just like every other human being and animal and plant has the ability to do on this planet. Okay. Oh, Yana Bobby, welcome to the $1 Million Babes membership. I'm so glad you're here, babe. So let's see. We've got, how many principles do we have, Heather? I always number things and then forget. You guys know. So I'm so glad Heather is keeping track for us. Principle 4 was pay yourself first in all the currencies. In all the currencies. Yeah. So principle 4, babe, was pay yourself first. So we've got them. So what are you manifesting and how are you using the 4 principles to align to that? What are you manifesting and what are you moving? What are you aligning towards? How are you paying yourself first? What are your dominant things regarding that thing, right? So if you're new to this work and you come in and you're trying to manifest a man, your soulmate, and you say, okay, I'm going to sit down for 15 minutes and do my journaling and my meditation, and you do the embodiments and things that I teach in the Rotational Dating, Modern Dating for Queens program. You do that for 15 minutes. But then I catch you on the phone with your girlfriend complaining about how there's no good men out there. And then that vibration carries with you for the next couple of hours. And then you notice something that your coworker's husband did and you're like, see, I knew it. So then that carries you another couple of hours. So the rest of the 6 hours after your 15 minutes of meditation and journaling, your dominant vibration was men are bad, men misbehave, men can't give me what I desire. So is it coming to you? No, it's not. What are you aligned towards? The negative energy vibrational stuff, right? The thing that's dominant running in you. So how do you move things? How do you unblock what's inside? So Nicole, I know that you have the basic babe bundle. It's the 6-step process. I still use it. I still use it for everything. That 6-step process is how I manifested my husband, how I improved and took that relationship to the next level, how I manifested the first $1 million, the multiple millions after that, how I manifested my friends, how I manifested my dream body, how I manifested my dream house. Same process. That process helps you visually on paper see your beliefs, your current beliefs, and helps you move them out and move in the new beliefs and embody them. That's the movement process. The 6-step process. You can call it inner work process. You can call it manifestation. You can call it, whatever you need to, but that's the process that I've done. And I still use that every single day for new things, because everything in the universe is expanding, it's growing, and I'm growing and I'm expanding, and there's always next level. There's always the next thing, right? There's always more. So when I journal with a purpose. I think a lot of people like the concept of journaling, But like me in the beginning, I was just journaling randomly. There was no structure around my journaling. In fact, I was so terrified that I was going to journal something negative and then I was going to manifest it. You can't, that's not how it works. Right now, I know that it's your dominant vibration, that I can't mess up journaling, but if there's a structure around it, there's questions that I'm using. In the Aligned as Femme, I've taught you guys the 3 subconscious deep diving meditations where the answers are actually coming from your 95 subconscious mind and not the 5% conscious mind. So you have all the tools now. Are you using them? Is the question. Are you using them? So ladies, if you would give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of content, so I could create more of these type of live streams for you guys. So what are you moving out and what are you moving in, right? In adult learning is quite different than children or childhood learning. When children are little, they're clean slates. So when we teach them something, when they learn something, they're taking in. But when we're adults, we're up to here with beliefs and things that we've learned and picked up. So adult learning starts with emptying out first, moving out first. That's what deconditioning is. That's what inner work is. What do I need to stop believing first? What do I need to remove from my consciousness? What do I need to remove my attention from? And then there's space to add something in. Most women these days, men too, but most women are so overwhelmed with the information that's coming out at them. This is a beautiful, it's been the beautiful age of information, but it's been quite overwhelming for most of us, right? It's too much visual and audio clutter, right? It's just too much coming out at us. So we have to remove, unfollow, unsubscribe, prioritize, declutter, and then focus in the lens that we do want to keep. That's why my entire house is a 5D vision board. Every single item in my house, in my purse, in my car, it is a vision board item. So it creates this beautiful 5D dimensional aspects of manifesting. First, I used to just only have a 2D, which I still have. I have a regular vision board. I have several, and that was it. Then those things started manifesting and coming into life. And then I started using those things to create more things and more manifestations and more ascensions and alchemize more. So then I was like, this is so interesting. It's like the thing is on 2D, then it becomes 3D, it's here. And then that manifestation opens up more levels and more dimensions. So that means that everything is manifesting something else. Everything is in its own vision board, right? So if you have a 2D vision board plastered in your closet, but what you're looking at in the rest of your house and in your car and in your work environment is yucky to you, it doesn't feel good to you, it's mentally draining and visually draining, that's not going to cut it, because dominant. What is the dominant thought? What is the dominant vibration? What is the dominant feeling? What are you looking at most of the time? Does it all sync up? Or is there duplicity there? Do you see how this works? It needs to all sync up. It needs to be one big vibration, right? Like one big thing that it's like it all aligns. Yes, my car, my home, my desk, my phone, my friends, my meditation, my routines is all in alignment with where I'm going. Not where I've been, but where I'm going, the direction that I'm headed in. Okay, that's the 5D vision board process. By the way, that process is in the bonus class in the Basic Babe bundle and all of my other, it's the process of inner work, right? So once you start doing the inner work, you realize that everything in your field is precious because it's either taking away from your vibration and your alignment or adding to it. Well, it's always adding to it, but is it adding to it what you want it to add? Okay, so Hi, Mina. I'm new here. Your content is pure gold. Welcome, Georgette, is it? Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that this is resonating with you. Yay. Welcome, everyone. So for those of you guys that are just tuning in, currently I'm enrolling for the Aligned Projector. If you are a human design projector or any type that's burnt out and need more alignment with your energy. Heather said, I'm actively moving out judgments. Ooh, yes. I just added 4 new modules on that in the Basic Babe bundle. So I think you have that. Check that out. I realized today how many I had. Yikes. I was causing distrust in my children. It was clearing out day today. Yes, it's like taking out the trash day, right? Oh, wonderful. You said I saw them today. There you go. It's all aligned. Yes. Judgments are golden cages, right? It's like a quicksand. We judge other people, and the more we judge, the deeper we go into the quicksand. So, no, we're not doing that anymore. No. Mm-mm. I see women digging themselves in a hole with that judgment. I have no judgments about anyone. If I ever do, if they ever come up, I'm immediately sitting down in my journal and working through it because I don't want a cage for myself. I'm not about to build a cage for myself. So yes, I'm so glad you were able to work through that. And it's a process. Obviously, we've been all trained to judge, and there was a, evolutionary advantage to it at some point, but our consciousness has evolved past it and it no longer serves us. It just doesn't. Okay. So yes, those are judgments are counter intentions, right? They are duplicity. They're golden cages. The entire world is your catalog. That's how I see it. The entire world is my large Neiman Marcus or Saks Fifth catalog. So whatever someone has that I desire, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to add that to my wish list. Click, right? If someone has something that I do not desire, then I flip the page. It's contrast. It's what I now know that I do not want, which means that I'm closer to knowing what I do want. And the more that I'm clear, the more easier I can attract. Thank you. You said my name perfectly. That is rare. People get it right the first time. I'm so glad because I feel so bad when I get people's names mixed up. And you guys know I have an audience from literally every corner of the planet. So I'm learning new names and getting better and better at it. So I'm so glad. I'm glad to hear that. So judgments, observing the negative, that's like being at the complaint counter versus being at the desire counter. Okay, how much of your day do you spend observing the negative? Right? Like if you were flipping through the catalog and you, instead of focusing on the thing that you want to order and the thing that you want to put on your wish list, if you spent the majority of your day looking at the item that you don't like and you're like, oh my God, that's so ugly, I would never wear that, and I can't believe she's wearing this, and why would she wear this? And if you spent your entire day doing that, it's like, what's the point of that? You don't want to order it. Flip the page, girl. Go to the item you like. Pick up another catalog if there's nothing in this one. But stop looking at the thing that you don't like. Remove your attention from it. There's no point looking at it. You don't want to order it. My dad used to say, don't ask for directions to a place you're not going. So stop staring at the thing. Stop putting the thing in your cart that you don't like, that you don't want to order, that makes absolutely no sense. Hi, Claire. Can you do an example of it in real time? Like, let's say you're getting your nails done and something goes wrong. So I don't believe that anything goes wrong. So this is where core beliefs come in. I believe that God is reality. So everything that's happening is happening for me. Everything is happening for me. The universe is moving in my favor and in my alignment all the time. So first, right off the bat, Claire, I don't believe anything is wrong, ever. I've trained myself to believe. My core belief is that everything is happening exactly as it should. The angels are in alignment. God is in alignment. Ascended masters are in alignment. Every molecule, cell in the universe is in alignment to give me what I truly desire. So there's nothing going wrong. It's all in progress. It's all moving. It's all in my alignment. Yes, close those negative probabilities. Yes, babe. Yes, yes, yes. I'm a manifesting generator and I trigger people unintentionally. I have to get comfortable with that happening. Yes. Yes. Good morning. Hi. Happy to see you doing well. And that makes sense. I need to identify my core beliefs when faced with any situation. Exactly. So let's say you're getting your nails done and you notice that something's going wrong. Okay. What are my core beliefs in that moment? That things can go wrong? Okay. Is that what you want to believe? I don't believe things can go wrong. I believe things are always going right. They're exactly where they need to be working in my favor. That's one of my core beliefs. That's why I never experience disappointment, because disappointment is the energy of something should have gone a different way, right? Or something should be other than it is. But I don't believe that. I believe everything is exactly in alignment to give me what I desire. Why wouldn't it be? Why would God send me here, use up precious materials to send me here, and then torture me? Doesn't make any sense to me. Right? I know I love my kids and I want them to have the world. I want them to have everything. I want them to be spoiled rotten with everything that they can have. And I'm God's child, so God wants me to have it all. God's taking instructions. Whatever I'm sending out in my vibration, the universe moves to align it to me. The angels move to align it to me. Every molecule in the universe moves to give it to me. So I'm just here receiving. Thank you. So be able to identify those core beliefs. That's in the 6-step process. What's the core belief that comes up with that thought or that feeling? And if you can't, like, I know sometimes I'll get people that are like, I can't identify the core belief. So then move to, I don't need to identify the core belief. I'm like, there's nothing that can, because you see how I work, nothing can stop me. So let's say there's a situation and I, for some reason, can't identify the core belief. Then I would say, you know what? I don't know what the core belief is, but I don't need to know what the core belief is, because this is what I want to believe. And so that's my core belief. This is even easier. I don't even have to reword that core belief because I don't even know what it is. So even when I think I don't know, I know. Even when I think it's not working in my favor, it's working in my favor. Even when I think it's not coming, it's always coming. It's always here. It's always in alignment. So don't let anything stop you, because I've had a few people out of, I think, 5,000 people that have taken the Basic Babe bundle at this time. I've had a few people message saying, but what if I can't identify the core belief? Good, you're one step ahead. We're not going to let it stop you. Don't get in that vibration that, oh, now I don't get to do this because I can't figure it out. No, you get to skip a step. You get to skip a step. Go and rewire it anyways. Create the one you want. Use to skip the step. You're going to get there even faster. I'm redoing the Basic Babe today. Beautiful, beautiful. I added some new modules to that as well. So that's good. Do it a couple of times. We've had my first people that signed up in 2017 when that course was birthed, and it's been redone several times since then to match my higher and higher new vibration. They redo it several times a year. I have them in some of my other programs and group coaching programs, and they're like, Mina, I'm going back and I'm redoing it for the 7th time or the 9th time. I'm like, that's dedication. Because every time they redo it, they learn more depth, and then they're able to call in more and deeper things and hold them. Because it's not just about calling in. I get to have it and I get to hold it and it gets to stay, right? It gets to be easy and fun for me. Absolutely, Nora. Absolutely. The end goal is to remake it anyway so it fits your new reality. Exactly. It fits where you're headed, girl. Yes. So don't let any of those things stop you. There is a tendency of the ego to go, but for me, it will not work out. Or, oh, we're stuck. We need more information. No, we live in the freaking information. We've got too much information. We've got information coming out of our eyes, ears, and nose. Okay? This is it. Like, buckle down into it. Right? This is it. Don't let the ego get in the way. It's like, no, I have enough information. If anything, I've got too much information. I'm going to sit down and finish this process today. Okay? The ego is a little trickster and can derail you, get you sidetracked. Years ago, when I was running the Sacred Feminine Intensive Live, it's a digital recorded program now, but it was live. I had a student in there. You may even hear that in the recording. She said, I'm really overwhelmed. Can you assign more books? I'm really overwhelmed. Can you assign more books? No, ma'am, I cannot. Because that's a trick of the ego. I'm overwhelmed, so let me take in more and be more overwhelmed? Nope. I said, do you even hear what you're saying right now? I'm overwhelmed, give me more. No. That's a belief. That's a trick. It's a sidetrack, right? The ego goes, hold on, hold on. I don't want to die. I don't want to have to up level with you. Hold on. We need more information. No, you don't. You've got more information than you know what to do with. You need more embodiment. Okay. So when you feel overwhelmed, turn it into overflow, overjoy, right? So what I say is that I get to do this and not feel overwhelmed. We don't feel overwhelmed. I get to chunk this down and get it. So remove your eyes from it and then come back to it. This is something that I've learned from painters. I'm not a painter, unfortunately. I wish I was, good at that kind of stuff, but this is my creative genius, doing these videos and creating courses. But I learned from painters. There's a saying that when an artist is painting, they have to go away from the painting for a while and come back to reset their eyes to see it in a new way. Okay, so that sometimes we need to so if I'm in a situation where I'm feeling overwhelmed, it's like, hold on, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to go drink my coffee. I'm going to come back. And when I look at this thing again, it's going to be easy. It's going to be fun and I'm going to get it. And then when I come back, it's like, oh, it was this button right here, or, whatever the thing is, because my eyes were tricking me into making it more complicated and overwhelming than it needed to be. We do this to ourselves. You guys know that. You guys know that we do that. So walk away, go do something else, go do a pattern interrupt. I had a client in the CEO Boss Queen when it used to be called CEO, I think it was saying CEO Priestess or something. And she used to say, Mina, I do the live stream in my business and I put out my offer. And then she's like, I get into this vibration of they're not going to buy, they're not going to come, they're not going to see it. And she's like, it just kills my vibe. And I'm like, and what happens? They don't, no one responds. So I'm like, okay, do the thing, put out the live stream, make the offer, and then do a massive pattern interrupt. So I'm like, go and do some grounding, go and FaceTime with a girlfriend, go and have coffee with your husband, go and look at the sunset or the sunrise or whatever, go and take a bath, do some kind of a pattern interrupt where you're not thinking about that thing, you're not focused on that thing, simply remove your attention from it. And what happened? Sales started coming in like you won't believe. She quit her job in the next few months because I'm like, you don't even have to jump from thinking negative thoughts to positive. That might be too much of a jump for you. Remove your attention from it. Get fresh eyes, go do something else. Sometimes it's as simple as that. Go do something else. Remove your attention away from the thing. Slowing down and tapping into my body's feeling helps a lot. Yes, that is everything, Nora. It's everything. I have to step away when writing music. Yes. Yeah, because you start looking at it with tainted eyes, right? You need fresh eyes, a fresh perspective. So you need to go away and then come back. And it's like, oh, okay. Now I'm feeling inspired. Okay. So that beautiful story that I told you guys, right? When we're working, we're at rest. When we're resting, we're actually working. So when you're taking a bubble bath and just enjoying some music or lighting a candle or whatever, you're actually working because you're downloading information. But when you're engaged in your craft, your zone of genius, whatever you're a natural at, whatever you're a master at, you're actually at rest because you're at rest. So it's like flowing through you. It's like channeling through you, right? So we have to, like, in the divine feminine way is to realign with that when I'm resting and playing, I'm actually working. And when I'm working, I'm actually at rest. So there's no point of making it overwhelming. There's no point of spinning my wheels for the purpose of spinning my wheels. There's no point in making it look harder than it needs to be just to earn it, because that's not how we work. We're talking about the divine feminine, aren't we? That's not how we work. I was literally typing, I'm learning to slow down. Girl, your tribe knows you. They get you. Yes. Yes. That's when it's like the self-aware hustle mode Barbie, right? So this was something that was coming up for me the other day. I get into this mode around this time when back to school is like on my mind. So my kids are going back to school from summer break in about 28 days, I think. And that's when I really embody the healthy boss babe energy. Okay, so the unhealthy, the wounded boss babe energy is like spinning your wheels, hustling, making it harder to, like, complaining about how busy you are, creating busy work just so you can be busy, making it 18-step hang upside down and spank myself process just so that I can earn and deserve the thing kind of a vibe, right? That's the wounded boss babe. But the healthy divine feminine boss babe energy is using your masculine energy, your alpha energy in the way that serve you the most. So for me, I'm in that mode when I first wake up. So the first 3 hours of my day are the most important for me personally. I'm a projector. That's how my energy works. And so what I do, what I take in, what I put in, what I think, how I feel in the first 3 hours is like gold. That's when I use my divine feminine aligned boss girl, boss babe energy and get stuff done. And the rest of the day is play. And that's play too, because it's like I'm at work, but I'm at play, like at rest. But meaning the rest of the day, it's like I get to be in my feminine. I get to be totally just flow. And so the things that I get in movement in the first 3 hours, carry me into the vibration for the rest of the day, and the things are just coming in. I'm just in that receiving vibe. So I'm actually planning to I always kick off the new school year with a big bang with some kind of a habits or routine kind of video. So I'm planning that for you guys, like the healthy boss babe kind of energy. I might do it on my money channel. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on this channel or that channel, but most of you guys are by this time subscribed to both of my channels. So you'll see it. Yeah, those first 3 hours where it's like girl boss getting her thing done in a healthy masculine way, not spinning her wheels, right? Getting stuff done, getting the things rolling, and then that gets to just flow for the rest of the day. The corporate world doesn't understand that. They see it as lazy. Yes, they don't get zone of genius. They don't get the master of the craft thing, right? That's why we have hourly. You have to clock in and doesn't even make any sense. So yeah, so the people that I hire in my business or to serve me and support me in my home, I do not do hourly. In fact, I don't even hire people that are in that mindset because I know what their consciousness at the level of like slavery, right? It's the level of I have to put in X number of hours. They'll even pace themselves to like make the thing go longer. Like, no, thank you. That's not the kind of consciousness I'm looking for. And I've wired my children into I didn't need to hopefully do out of that state because they weren't in it yet. But like they understand that concept of that you don't have to exchange time for money. Doesn't make any sense. Be a master at your craft and then let the whole thing be natural and easy. and let it be done in the time that you need to get it done. Can my zone of genius by thinking and inventing better ways and systems? That feels so good to me, but seems anti-productive. So Claire, I'm not 100% sure what you're asking, but if you can reword it, let me just say this, that you need a masculine container. Every single person on the planet needs feminine flow and a masculine container around it, right? When we're in our utero, the womb is the masculine container around our flow inside of it. The planet is the container of the consciousness that we're in, right? There's always a container. Wealth cannot be created without a masculine and a feminine. Babies cannot be created. Businesses cannot be built that way. Worlds cannot be created. We need both. So let me reread it. Can my zone of genius be thinking and inventing better ways and systems? Sounds good to me. Yes, I believe that's one of my zones. I'm so good at setting up containers and also allowing myself to be contained in that way. If I didn't allow, I wasn't good at setting containers at all when in my 20s, especially when I was a single mom. That's why I screwed up wealth in that mode, right? I was coming in, I couldn't keep it. But I luckily was able to manifest someone that is a master at creating containers. But then the first couple of years of marriage, there was this tug of war because I needed desperately those containers, but I didn't know how to be contained. I saw it as controlling because the feminist movement and the general vibe of the Western women is don't contain me. But they see it as controlling. The problem with that is that you can't contain wealth then. You can't contain health. So that's why so many women, that I work with. So let me tell you some stats, and this will help you realize this. So my husband is a numbers guy. He's an engineer. He's into, numbers and physics and all that stuff. And so he runs numbers for my business sometimes just to kind of see where we're at. And he was telling me last year, he's like, 90% of the couples that you have already coached have been multimillionaires. I was like, whoa. I knew that I was attracting a really large number of millionaire clients, but I didn't realize it was 90%. So I was like, wow, that makes sense, right? So these are couples. These are like married people or people in relationship that are hiring me for relationship coaching or various things. So that was one stat that like blew my mind. Over 80% of the women that I have already worked with, so these are like real numbers, over 80% are six-figure earners. Some of those, and I don't remember the exact number, I have 7% or something like that, are multiple six-figure earners. So I was looking at these numbers and I was like, that's so interesting that so many of my female clients are six-figure earners, but it's only when they're in relationship where it turns into actual wealth, meaning they can have and hold millions of dollars as net worth. And so I was like, they're actually a good representation of how I was. I was always a six-figure earner. In my 20s, in my real estate business, in my mortgage business, in my construction business, I was earning six figures. But I wasn't a millionaire, far from it, because I didn't know how to hold the money. There was no containment. Most women today don't know how to create those containers for themselves. It's very much doable. They just don't know how to do it. They're boss babes. They've got the alpha energy. They can call it in better than men oftentimes, but they don't know how to set containment. So when I married my husband, and just like my clients are representing, when they got married or in a relationship, the man came in and was able to offer that masculine containment, and the wealth grew. But you can do that for yourself. You can, because you have both aspects of the masculine and the feminine. That's where my high value feminine goddess course was created, which is in the Self-Aware Barbie Activated bundle now. That's why I created that. I'm like, oh my God, women are struggling with the containment issue. So that course, the Self-Aware Barbie Activated bundle, has the high value feminine goddess course. And that course has 12 different containers container for your wardrobe, a container for your home, setting a container for your finances. My husband put in so much work in making those modules for you guys and getting it for you guys. And I told him, keep in mind that some of these women are single, so give it to them in a way that they can set that container for themselves. So if you don't have a container for your business, your health, okay, it's going to fall apart. Let me give you a real life example. Let's say that I have goals to lose 10 pounds, be the fittest that I've ever been, have a healthy nutritional plan. That's my plan. And every day I go about thinking about that plan and then intuitively eating and nothing happens. I work out sometimes when I feel like it. I eat good sometimes when I feel like it. There's no container for it. There's no time, place, space. Like there's no containment. Or same woman, I'm like, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to be the healthiest I ever wanted to be. I want to eat healthy. I'm like, okay, every morning at 9 a.m., I'm going to be in my home gym working out. How long? 30 minutes. Where? In my home gym. When? 9 a.m. Container. What am I going to eat? I'm going to eat 3 meals a day at this and this time at, whatever, 9, 10, 1, blah, blah, blah. What am I going to eat? Veggies and chicken and this and this. Okay, what am I eating? Veggies and chicken. When am I eating? This, and this time. Where am I eating? Blah, blah, blah. Containment. Now it's moving. So you see that you need both the feminine aspect and the masculine. You cannot create a baby or a world or health or wealth or love or anything without both. You can't create anything without both. You can have men by themselves can have a masculine container and be very rigid and be like very much like in burden and like, oh my God, right? Oops, I have a nail appointment. I got to go for my nails and that's my alarm. And they have no feminine flow because they forgot their feminine energy or because they don't have a partner. And it's very much an uphill battle. It's very much a struggle. It's very much hard work. What's missing? The feminine aspect. So you see, you need both. Okay, I need that course. I was just telling my business partner we need a 5-year plan. Containment, yes. You answered the question, LOL. I need to set boundaries for where to put those thoughts so they don't overwhelm me. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Thank you so much, ladies. For those of you guys that want help in the containment, check out the Self-Aware Barbie Activated Bundle. If you are interested as a projector or anyone with, interested in your human design, the Aligned Projector is starting live next week. And the pre-launch price ends in 2 days. All of that is linked in the description box. You can always find all of my courses on theuniverseguru.com. If you have questions, you can email my team at theuniverseguru@gmail.com. I love you guys so much. Gotta go make my nail appointment. So I will see you guys later. Bye. I love you guys. Bye, everyone.